all this stuff got me thinking about a few things. And one of the things that got me thinking about is, I never took money from my father all those years, really, because I knew it would really, really piss him off. Because money was something, this guy, this is how he had money. He held on to it like that, bro. And look, I'm not trying to speak bad about him, but like he would rather hold on to the money like this and not buy stuff for the house. Like I remember I needed a pair of shoes, and the people we bought the house from, there were some old shoes in the house. He said, "Hey, try these on," and I wore, 1940 shoes and whatever, 1950 shoes in, 1978 to go to some function at school, and everybody made fun of me because they were roach killers, which have come back in style for some reason. But the thing is that I knew he had so I was thinking about this, and I knew he had an issue with money like that, and that's how I grew up. I grew up with somebody who was really tight-fisted for spending money on things. He was cheap, okay? At the same token, though, he didn't mind going on vacations and going out to fancy restaurants and stuff, which is, I guess, where I got my good taste from and my desire for the good things in life. But for the things that most people want in their lives, like a refrigerator full of food and things like that, he didn't do that. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking how that affected me, right? Because the scarcity mindset is one of the things that holds you back, and this was one of the things growing up that I had to overcome. And I've done it many times where I've gotten better and better and better, but I would say in the last 10 years I've really been my best at it, and really making positive affirmations and understanding that taking care of myself and taking care of my family, that's where it's at, and not being afraid, knowing that this money is nothing. Money doesn't mean anything. It is what you can do with money. It's what you can buy with the money. It's about what you can give with the money. The life that you can give, right? So working my ass off and putting the kid through college, that was important, but the money itself didn't mean anything. So as I think about that, I started thinking about myself. And I know there's plenty of things growing up, my kids, as they grew up, and I was in a dysfunctional marriage with somebody who was mentally ill, there was plenty of things I know that I did wrong in that they, suffered from, that they have to overcome. Maybe they're still working on some of that today for sure, okay, because of that. But I started thinking about how did I raise them with the idea around money. Like I said, the last 10 years haven't been like that. And so I don't know if that's helped, but before those 10 years, my mindset was very different about money, especially when I was in that dysfunctional relationship. And most of the time, I don't like to go travel and do things on my own. So, my ex didn't want to support me in those things. So I really didn't do a lot and didn't go a lot of places. So, the kids went to private school, which was good. So I don't know. I just was thinking about what I did. And you should think about it too. What are you teaching your children and your family by your actions of what you're doing and your mindset around money? Are you giving money away? Are you making investments? Are you giving at the church? Are you helping your neighbors? Those are things, when you take your money and you use it to do stuff, it means something. When your kid wants to buy a camera or some film because he loves film and he's a photographer, do you support that, or you tell him, sorry, I can't help support you in that? Because, my family, it's very funny, when I was 18, I wanted to major in film and minor in literature. Like my family asked me when I was 18, I was graduating high school, what do you want to do? When, you want to go to college? And I said, yes. And they said, what do you want to go for? And I said, I want to go for film and literature. Those are the two things that I love in my life, and I would like to do that. And they looked at me like I had two heads, and they said, no, we were talking about supporting you and helping you to be an x-ray technician, or, a doctor, or a lawyer, or, to learn a trade or something like that. But not that. There's no future in that. So what they told me, right? This is when I was 18. When I was 30-something years old, and I graduated from USF with a major in English literature and creative writing and a minor in film, they said to me, "I'm so proud of you." And I said, "What the hell happened when 20 years ago, whatever, 22 years ago, this is what I wanted to do, and you didn't support me in that?" And they told me, "You're a different person today." And I like that. So be a different person. Right? That's what I want to inspire you to do, and then to give you the tools and the work to do it, because inspiration's great, but it don't last. I remember when I saw Rocky, I saw that movie, I was very inspired. I came home jumping around, I could hear the theme music in my head, da-da-da, da-da-da, yeah, the shadow boxing and everything. But a week later that all went away, that all stopped. I didn't do anything. So inspiration's great, but it don't last. And it really doesn't make us do anything. You need to find something that motivates you, like competition, like embarrassment, like challenges. The last 10 years, I've excelled and succeeded at a high level because I look at my wife's eyes and I want to give her the world. I look at my kids and I want to give them more. My whole life is just about giving to them and to others. And I think it's a good life. Okay, ta-ta.